What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy, the YouTube champ, Tantalizing Tony, here with my tag team partner, the producer, Kira. But today we have a special guest. We call this the trifecta, the unholy trinity, my daughter, Jasmine. So now it's not just the tag team, it's the trios team. So it's Kira, Jasmine, Tantalizing Tony. Hello.
Heyo.
Why did she say heyo?
I don't know what that's from.
What is heyo from?
Ask her, what's Heyo from?
I don't know.
I have a question about both of you. So I am your father, but you have different.
Really?
Shut up. That's what I was told. But you have different mothers, correct?
Correct.
That's what you told me.
Right. So how come you two look so much alike if you have different moms? You know why? Because the tantalizing genes are strong.
Unfortunately.
Wow. Wow. See this crap? I do a special, since this is WrestleMania week coming up, I want to do something special with my daughters. And being that they were both brought up on wrestling, Jasmine is now 30, and she used to be scared of the Undertaker, like deathly afraid of the Undertaker. We would go to Madison Square Garden in New York, and she would be so afraid. Dad, Undertaker, get me. And Kira's just
The boogeyman scared me one time at a convention.
your boogie. He scared me too.
I was on my way back from the bathroom to the table, and he came out chasing a kid, and I was like, is no one like baffled by this man just terrorizing this little child?
I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you. He's scary.
Putting worms in
Very.
his mouth. Disgusting.
And the worms are real, by the way. They're not fake.
We could tell.
Yeah. Did you see what he did at 2300 Arena? He knocked my phone down.
I was holding.
I was recording. He knocked the phone out of my hand. Like, you know, he's
Yeah.
very much in character, very good. Anyway, so before we get into the topic of what this is episode 3 of the Tantalizing
Tag team.
Tag Team. Is that the name of it?
Yes.
I don't never remember. Tantalizing Tag Team Podcast. Yeah. So being that it's episode 3, there's 3 of us here.
So when it's episode 50, we're gonna have 50 people.
50 of my kids.
You could do it.
Shut up.
Papa was a rope. Oh, forget it.
Wow. Everybody, just so you guys know, I'm probably the only father in the history of America where the kids just troll me all the time.
No, you're not.
But they'll be the first one to say, hey, Daddy, I got $5 so I can get on the bus.
Well.
Get a job, losers.
Well.
Anyway, so the generations are weird here because, Jasmine, you're 30, right?
Correct. Stop reminding me.
What year were you? Well, you're born in 1994?
3.
Or 3? Oh, that's right. 3. Sorry, 3. Oh, 94, Lion King came out. That's right. So you're born in 93, so you turn 31 this year, and you turn 20 this year.
No, I don't. I turn the big 17.
You turned the big 20 this year. Officially on June 12th, you are no longer a teenager.
I don't like that logic.
So you'll be in your 20s, and she'll be in her 30s. So you're right. You know, now you're like closer. You're going to catch up to her.
That makes no sense.
That's not how it works?
No.
Oh, sorry. All right. So, Jasmine, before we get into this and when we talk about, who is your favorite wrestler of all time?
My favorite wrestler of all time is Shawn Michaels.
Oh.
And who is your favorite of all time?
Do you have to ask?
Yeah, well.
Rhea Bloody Ripley, everybody.
And as you guys can hear or see, because this is going to be a video and audio, neither one of them said their father. Neither one.
Well.
Ridiculous. The ridiculousness. So look, just shut your mouth. We're on the road to WrestleMania. And are you excited? Now, Jasmine, you've been to WrestleMania before.
I have. I just don't remember.
Yeah, you don't remember. It was a long time ago. And you've been to a few WrestleManias, right?
4.
I think next year what we're going to do, I think since I'll plan it better because I'm in a better financial state now, I think next year I'm going to take all the kids to WrestleMania next year. I think Anthony, you, Big Bucks. What's the problem? We should go for it.
Continue.
Yeah. Well, not all the kids, only the kids that matter. Was that rude? Was that rude?
Yes.
I have some children that, you know, I don't speak to.
We're getting off the train.
No,
we're 5 minutes in and they don't even know what the video's about.
No, these kids are mean to me. They've beaten me. They've held me hostage. I'm just joking, guys. No, so listen. This video is about
episode.
Oh, episode?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's like, are you the boss here? You tell me what to say?
Hi.
Anyway, this episode is about the iconic sight we saw last night in the ring of 3 strong African American women in the ring pointing to the WrestleMania sign. That's right. We're talking about Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. And as you can see, if you're watching this, there's a picture up of those 3 ladies pointing to the WrestleMania sign. Now, before we get into what this means to people, I know a lot of people that are listening going, oh my God, here someone else goes with the black thing again. Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to say my piece, and I'll let these 2 young ladies speak their piece as well. Representation of African Americans in anything has been very sparse and scarce over the last 6 decades I've been around. Okay, I'm born in the 60s. I'm born 10 days after Dr. Martin Luther King was killed. He's killed on April 4th. I'm born on April 14th of 1968. And I can tell you from being a kid of the 70s and the 80s, I've seen my share of racism. I've seen my share of unfairness, and I've seen my share of outright disregard for African Americans. So when you see a picture as iconic as this, and little black girls and little white girls and little girls of all colors see this is a big deal. It shows how far we've come, and it also shows how far we need to go. So Jasmine, you called me last night on the phone during the SmackDown watch along stream, and you called to say what exactly?
I was crying. I was. People think that it's not a big deal, but like I'm black, obviously, as you can see. So it meant a lot to me to see representation, and also like I didn't know that they were going to kick it off like this. Like I didn't know they were going to have a WrestleMania match, especially like Jade. And I think they did it pretty perfectly. Like how they didn't, like everyone was like, oh, why aren't they showing her? I think she got signed. When did she get signed?
Like almost 6 months ago.
6 months. So we didn't see her for like 6 months. She would do like
So
few pop-ins.
We saw her twice. She popped in twice, maybe 3 times.
Maybe 3 times, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we don't know what direction they're going with her. And I'm glad they waited until Naomi came back to Royal Rumble, when she came back in Royal Rumble. And I was like, I was kind of mad because I was like, why does Naomi keep losing? And then you were like, just wait. And I'm like, okay, but she's losing and she just got back. I'm getting angry.
And for full disclosure, if you don't know where she came back from, she was in Impact TNA as their women's knockouts champion.
Right. And to see Bianca, she's been dominating for a while. So to see her like team up with them, I shed a tear a little bit because I was like, I didn't grow up on seeing like many black women. We had Jackie,
we had Jackie and Jazz.
Yeah.
And your favorite was Chyna.
Yes, my favorite was Chyna. Just because she was like dominant and stuff. And what's crazy? I felt like Chyna doesn't get enough credit. I know this video is about them, but like that muscular look, everyone has it now. Every woman. So like,
and Chyna had it first.
Exactly. So I just think it's great to see them together. I didn't know that they were going to pull the trigger for this fast. I'm happy they did it.
Who said they were going to pull the trigger? Who did?
Tantalizing, Jeremy.
That's right. I told everybody to calm down, relax. I really wanted I really wanted Naomi and Bianca to go for the tag team titles and have Jade in the corner, but I think you got to put her in WrestleMania. She has to have a match at WrestleMania. And I think this protects her because she's not ready yet. We all know that. But putting her in the ring with 2 veterans, and this is crazy to say, but Naomi's a veteran now. She started as a Funkadactyl with Brodus Clay. She was there with Cameron. They would just do the little dance thing. See? Yeah, so it's great to see that she's a vet now, a former world champion in TNA, and now former world champion WWE, and of course Bianca, multi-time world champion. So it's great to see Jade get to learn from them. Now, Jasmine, you said it made you shed a tear. Now, I didn't see you get emotional. What did it make you feel, Kira?
Well, I kind of saw the
writing on the wall.
Yeah, what's the other saying? Cards fall into place, or I don't know what.
The writing on the wall.
Yeah, so I kind of saw it coming, but I didn't get emotional because I feel like the the journey for women and for Black women has been rising at like a steady pace lately. So I feel like it was bound to happen. Like this was the perfect time for it to happen. So I feel like I was expecting it. And if it didn't happen, probably would have gotten emotional then. But this was expected and very much appreciated. And I'm very glad that they did this at this time specifically. And like the whole match is full of like minorities, which is insane. And
That's true.
yeah.
You got the Kabuki Warriors, which is awesome. You've got Dakota Kai, who's from where is she? Is she from Australia or is she New Zealand?
You know, she's Samoan too.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
She is.
So people of color in the match. That's great. That's great.
So yeah, but I'm obviously happy. I feel like I'm like a dark soul kind of. I don't cry for that kind of stuff, but I am very happy that this happened. And it happened at this time, and it happened at the biggest WrestleMania ever.
This is the biggest WrestleMania ever. Now they say that every year, but every year it's not true. Last year was true.
Yeah, but last year is gonna have to take second to this year.
This I've been to quite a few WrestleManias, and this may literally go down as the biggest. This will go down as the biggest.
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
it's already like
it's huge.
This card is stacked. Like
the card is stacked, and it's still more. They're still adding matches.
Like 2 more matches, I think. They said they wanted 14 matches.
They're still adding matches, which is great. Not to mention Raws on Monday in Jasmine, in our hometown, Brooklyn, in Barclays Center.
New York.
Yeah, I didn't tell people, but I didn't tell people on the show, but I am going. I will be in Brooklyn. Kira will be broadcasting from here, and I'll be in Brooklyn on location live. So I will be in Brooklyn.
Maybe I'll join you, Kira, on the show.
You know what? That'd be great. The two daughters on the show doing it. That's great. I like it.
It's going to be it's going to be a very exciting show.
It's going to be a very exciting show. I'm looking forward to it. So let's get into, first of all, where Jade came from. So when we follow Jade came from AEW. She was the TBS champion. She was in these matches where they didn't last too long, where she basically dominated, and they never showed any wrestling ability of her because she really didn't have too much. Now, this is not a knock on her. I think because of Jade's look, because she looks so good, they rushed her. They wanted to put her on screen, and I do give Tony Khan credit for this, putting a Black woman in a position to have a title like that. Now, it was a secondary title, but as the women's world title kept getting hot potato to person to person to person, Jade Cargill was champion that whole time.
Yes.
Now, she did lose to Chris Statlander to me, they booked that wrong. They knew Jade was leaving, so she had to drop the title. I get that. But to me, I would have given it to Ruby Soho or somebody more established than Chris Statlander. No disrespect to her, and they dropped the ball with that. So it goes to show you, this is why Jade left AEW to come to WWE, because they don't know what they're doing there. And can you imagine how Triple H salivated when he heard that she was going to come to WWE, leaving AEW? I mean, she must have lost her mind. Jasmine, what do you think about Jade Cargill, like WWE getting her as a talent? What do you think that means for the roster?
I think question. Did Cody Rhodes have something to do with her getting signed to WWE?
Great question. I'm pretty sure Cody was a little bug in her ear. Look, we know Cody Rhodes helped start AEW with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. He was an executive vice president before he left. And I'm pretty sure he still got some people in AEW, namely his brother, Dustin. I'm pretty sure they put a bug in her ear. I mean, come on. Tony Khan might throw money around, but money's not everything. You want to be able to have a legacy, and WWE is a worldwide organization where they go to a lot of countries and they don't have to brag about what they do. They show it. Their numbers show it. They're selling out house shows. They're selling out holiday tours. They're selling out Raws and SmackDowns. I mean, people are starting to watch Main Event now, and now they got something new coming called Speed, right? What's it called?
WWE Speed.
WWE Speed is going to be exclusively on Twitter or X. But Elon Musk needs to change that, you know?
I don't know why he changed it in the first place.
He's an idiot.
Everyone still calls it Twitter.
I call it Twitter. My mama anyway. But Jasmine, her coming to WWE, does it benefit her or does it benefit WWE?
I think both. I think it benefits everyone because, like, seeing SmackDown and like even her entrance, like she's a star. So, like, in her own right, it was very. I didn't know too much about her because I didn't watch AEW like that, so I didn't really know too much about her until she got signed. And then I like really paid attention to her. I did my research. Like I was on her Instagram, her Twitter, and I was like, oh, this girl's woman is stacked. I was like, oh, geez, she looks just like Bianca. That's how I saw her. But I think this is like a benefit for both of them. I think WWE knows what they're doing with her. Like this is why they booked her this way, and I also think she can take her time and like make her legacy here. And I think that's what she's gonna do.
Kira, what about you? What do you think about Jade coming to WWE?
Personally,
Oh, this is the accent now.
you
Personally.
can't bring it up. It just comes in and
Oh,
out.
okay, there we go.
But I think, like Jasmine said, I think it benefits both of them. And the way I said, because Jade Cargill is like new in the business, but she is already a star. Like WWE used her to draw names to SmackDown. Jade Cargill was number 2 trending on X. Like this girl is already, I mean, woman.
Yeah, you said she was trending number 2 on Twitter on X, right?
Yeah.
You know what number 1 was? It was 10 Lies and Tony. That's not true.
I don't know. I'm gonna say yes.
I believe it.
Yeah, so she's already a star. People are already like watching her to see what she's going to do next. So WWE is getting ratings from Jade, and Jade has already gotten, I'm pretty sure she's gotten 10 times more training than what she would have gotten in AEW with the Performance Center, with the vets, with Natty alone. Natty helps all of them get to a great spot. So
Natty goes, she doesn't get the credit she deserves. Natalia Neidhart has probably trained every woman to come through there, and some of them haven't made it, and it's not her fault. But she has made people stars. Ronda Rousey. She helped Dana Brooke. She helped what's the one that with all red everything?
Eva Marie.
Eva Marie. You know, she has made it that these women can actually, Nia Jax, she's made so these, Charlotte Flair, she was a big integral part in Charlotte Flair making it. So Natty doesn't get enough credit. I just want to mention that Natty gets a lot, gets no respect to be a heart. But
also I do like that. I've seen on Twitter, I've seen nothing but good reception from last night. They're going pretty viral on what's going on, so everyone's pretty happy about them teaming up. I do get what you said when you said that this shields her a bit, because she doesn't have to do as much like wrestling when it comes to like tag teams. So I think
it's I'm sorry, Jasmine, but it's noticeable. If you saw it at the Royal Rumble, to me, I'm being a wrestler, she has a timing issue.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means exactly is that she doesn't know how to, it doesn't come natural to her where she knows like, oh, something goes wrong, she can switch it up. Everything with her is definitely premeditated. She knows she's gonna do a pump kick. She knows she's gonna do this move. You can tell her moves are what's the word look for, Kira?
Rehearse.
Not rehearsed. There's another word for it. Oh my God! See, this is you know when you do a move and it's a premeditated move, but it's
calculated?
Oh my, huh?
Calculated?
No, it's not. We got to get to the word. It's not calculated. What's the word? This is what we need to chat. We don't have a chat right now. It's not calculated. It's not predetermined. It's not foreshadowed. What is the word when you? Oh my gosh!
Just look up synonyms for.
What's another word for calculated?
Synonyms for calculated include deliberate, premeditated,
No.
planned,
You said that.
pre-planned, and preconceived.
Preconceived. No.
You said
Dad.
all of them.
No.
Why? What's
bothering
what's
me.
wrong with the synonym?
Because I need that exact word. It's the word where, it's when you do something and people can see it coming.
Expected.
Premeditated. You said that.
Predictable.
What's the definition when people can see you doing something before you do it?
Foreshadow.
We're gonna spend the whole
I
podcast
can't
about-
think of it. Watch when
See
you
the
go
future.
era.
No.
Back to the future. Anyway, it's not keep talking, guys.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
Dad,
God.
enough.
So yeah, it's getting perceived well, and this is and I think like seeing Rhea there at WrestleMania. This now, like, I'm excited for women. Period. Like, this is going to be a great WrestleMania.
And to those jerks who wanted to boo and go off on Maxine and go off on Bianca, now you got 10 times the amount of women's matches that you would have gotten if you just shut your mouth. And you got 3 black women together. So they said, oh, you want to talk about Bianca? Times 3. There you go, losers.
You got it, racist. So not only did you get 1 black woman, you got 3. And then you got 2 in this chat. So now you got 5.
Incels.
Unreal.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how the internet, people are so tough on the internet about, oh, I can't believe it put Bianca on the cover, another black person. Like, these are people that sit in their basements and eat ring things all day long and don't get out into the sun and go on the exercise machine or nothing. They just, I'm going to sit here in my mom's basement and I'm going to eat all day.
And I've never touched a woman before, so I'm mad.
Wow. Not to mention, look at these women. How could you not? You know, they're beautiful, 3 beautiful, and the thing about these women, they're 3 black women that they're totally different. Now, Bianca and Jay might have similar body types, but you could just tell they're different, the way they're raised, the way they're brought up. And by the way, I had an interaction with Jade Cargill at in Las Vegas, and she don't play no games. Me and Rhea slapped our belts together during the meet and greet. And James was like, you better get down my face with that clinging that belt. That's going to be she was not playing. She's got an agenda. She really believes that she's going to be the best woman in the company. Now, that's yet to be seen. It could happen. I personally don't think she's in the, she could be in the conversation of a Rhea Ripley or Bianca or Charlotte Flair or a Bailey or even a Nia Jax for that matter. Not right now. I think she has a lot to learn, which is fine. But the dedication.
It's good that she has the spirit.
The drive. Yeah, she believes in herself. Look, if you believe in yourself, you can do anything. But by looking at her body, she's dedicated to the gym, which means she's dedicated to her craft. You know, her body's her brand. So,
where do you guys think this match?
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Where do you guys think this match falls on the card of WrestleMania?
That's where the problem lies, because now where do you put them? And are people gonna say, "Oh, this is the bathroom break match"? Because you know the guy.
I don't think anyone's genuinely gonna think that.
Yes, there's a lot of misogynist men out there. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get my snacks now." I'm telling you, I've already heard it. Like, I talked to a friend today that was like, "This match is so stupid." There's a lot of ignorant people that just are dumb, just don't get it.
They just don't like women. That's all I see from that.
You know what? Some people are women haters. They get. There's some men, and I would say this from being a man. Men get rejected a lot. We get rejected a lot. But guess what? You got to just roll with it. Not everybody's going to love you. You know, I listen, even though I'm 10 Lots and Tony, I'm so good looking and I'm so, charismatic and I'm so great at what I do.
Oh.
Some women, very few, maybe out of the 1,000 I've dated, maybe 1 or 2 said they couldn't go out with me because of conflicting. No.
If you're listening on podcast and you can just imagine me and Jasmine's faces and just giving him the
eye roll.
It's just,
on a note, both of you, just so you guys know, both your mothers loved me very much at some point, and we'll leave it at that, because if they didn't, you wouldn't be here.
You know
Thank
what?
You.
That's it. You, because both of our mothers are beautiful.
That's right.
I'll give you that.
That's right. They are. That's right. And if they're beautiful, they don't pick ugly dudes. Well, maybe they do.
That's not necessarily true.
That's not true. But in my case, it doesn't count. But
we're getting off the tracks here.
Kira's getting uncomfortable. But look, let's jump over to Naomi. Okay? Because Naomi is the wild card on this, because not a lot of people think Naomi's upper tier because she was a funkadactyl, because she's not great on the mic. She comes off a little too ethnic for some people. That's true.
That's their fault.
Well, that's their fault. But I think Naomi here, first of all, I think Naomi is maybe the better natural athlete then even Bianca. She does some things in the ring that are quite amazing.
What's
Not to,
crazy is
good.
sorry, Dad. What's crazy is that people don't see Naomi as someone that's like top tier, but both Jade and Bianca looked up to her like as like their
The OG.
representation. Yeah. So to be in a match with them now, like all three of them, I'm sure they feel great about that.
It's in a way, even though they're very close in age, but it's three different generations if you think about it, because Naomi's been in the WWE for over 10 years.
Very well seasoned, yeah.
Yeah, so we're at WrestleMania 40, and she was on the stage with Brodus Clay and Cameron at WrestleMania 28 in Miami, and that's 12 years ago. So she's a vet. Bianca came into wrestling late. She was in NXT. She'd been here maybe 7 years, but now Jade new on the scene. So that 7-year gap between them, and then the 5-year gap between Naomi and Bianca, believe it or not, the wrestling style has changed, because when Naomi was wrestling, they were still doing the divas matches with the pudding and the bra and panty matches.
Mm-hmm.
So gotta realize something. Naomi was part of the women's evolution. Wasn't she
That's
Team
true.
Bad?
Yes.
Right. She was with
Tamina
Tamina
or was
and
it Tamina?
Sasha.
No, it was Sasha.
Sasha and Tamina, right. Tamina's retired
And
and
you know what's
Sasha's
crazy? I'm crazy for saying this. I know that Sasha's in AEW, but imagine if she was not. Imagine if she was in WWE. Come on, the four of them. Come on.
Could you yeah, Jasmine, you're so right. I mean, look, here's the thing. Sasha Banks will be back eventually. I think what she did was good for her. She knew she could get more money from Tony Khan. I mean, look, people don't realize something. This is a business, and people get some. Oh my God, Kim, she sold out. Who she sell out to? She's got to take care of herself. She bought in. Like, I hate the, oh, you sold out. You sold out. No, she banked on herself. And she got paid. If Tony Khan's giving out millions of dollars and he's offering that to her, take it. Now, as fans, we want to see her somewhere where she's gonna flourish. And honestly, I don't think in AEW she's gonna make a difference. I think that she's gonna just get lost in the sauce like everybody else that they brought over there. So
I think people feel that way because that's something that they wouldn't do. That has nothing to do with it. She did what she needed to do. You saw her on an interview. She said that she'll be back. So
and
there's no
people,
way she's not coming home.
And people wanted to give her crap about that. That eventually I'll be back. Like, that goes to show you where her heart really is. But this is a business, and I guess she felt that when she talked to WWE, the money wasn't right. I guess she felt that she went to New Japan, she did her own thing, and she felt she was worth more, and maybe WWE didn't see it that way. And she goes, okay, I'm gonna go somewhere where they feel like I'm worth it. I'm gonna make my dollars, and when I'm established with my money, I'll be back home. So you'll be back on the grandest stage of them all.
Right.
But Kira, what do you think about Naomi? Do you remember her as a Funkadactyl or not really?
Yeah, I remember her as a Funkadactyl. I remember her when she first started in NXT. And y'all, I did not watch NXT, but when I say that, I mean, like, I remember watching, like, remember the NXT girls? They had like those, like, the challenges, like it was like some kind of game. Like, they had like challenges, like Halloween costumes and dance battles and stuff like that. That's what I used to watch from Naomi. Like, I do not remember anything like wrestling wise from her back then until she got up on the main roster and she started doing her own thing. And obviously I love Naomi. And I was going to say this earlier, but I completely forgot. But now I remember these three women. Well, I'm going to say two for now because I don't really know about Jade Cargill yet. But Bianca and Naomi have chemistry that is just unmatched. They're so great together. They're hilarious together. I feel like they genuinely like being around each other, and that like helps. Like, liking the person that you're teaming up with plays a huge part in the match.
Increases the storyline. Yeah,
it does. And that little segment that they had backstage when Naomi was getting Bianca pumped for her match, that alone was enough to convince me that they're going to work well together in this match. And when Jade came out after they beat up the Kabuki Warriors and all that jazz, their like auras mashed very well. It was nice to see all of it. It looked like, I'm just very excited for the match. I feel like they're gonna make the match fun. They're gonna make the match interesting. They're gonna make the match must see. Jade is making the match must see, obviously, because she's the big name that they're trying to draw in. But Jade, Bianca, Naomi, all three of these together at WrestleMania, it's gonna be insanity. I'm so excited.
The word I was looking for is telegraphed.
Oh.
I feel like you said that 10 times.
I
in
didn't
this
say
episode.
telegraphed.
In this episode, you said that.
Not this episode. I didn't say
This,
telegraphed.
yes, this
Go to the video
episode.
table,
No,
go
I'm
back.
saying you didn't say that as the word that you were looking for, but you said that like earlier.
Yeah, but not today.
Yes,
telegraphed.
today.
Her moves are telegraphed. That's what it is. I was very
Also, like just before we started recording the show, I did go on Twitter and see that she's very emotional right now. Jade's very emotional. Like I think she's crying or whatever, because like it's really crazy that she's only been there since November last year or whatever.
whatever it was. Yeah.
And now she's going to WrestleMania. Like it's pretty big.
This is huge. To go to, people don't realize what a big deal it is to go to WrestleMania. People don't realize what a big deal it is to even to go to WrestleMania as a fan. There are some people who have never been to WrestleMania. Never. And they live in the area. Like I have friends that say, "Oh, I can't afford to go."
Yeah.
And they're wrestling fans. And it's sad because it's a big deal, you know?
And honestly, I was one of the people that was like, oh, they're not showing Jade on TV enough. She does not deserve to be at WrestleMania yet. But the way that they did it is like the way, like, I am very impatient. So when I saw her come on screen and then go to a different show and then go to NXT and then go to SmackDown and then like not be here for weeks on end and then come back, like it was very inconsistent for me. And then when all they had to do this episode, that the SmackDown episode was really all the buildup that you needed for this match to happen. Like they built this match with Jade basically in one night, because that same night that same night until Dakota Kai said something in the backstage interview about Jade Cargill. If that never happened, this match would have made no sense. But like the little pieces that they dropped throughout the night on SmackDown,
The breadcrumbs.
yeah,
What Triple H does and what the creative team does, this is the best creative team they've ever had. They approach this like a Marvel movie. If you watch Iron Man and then you go watch Avengers Endgame and go backwards, you can see all the little breadcrumbs and all the little hints and all the Easter eggs on where they drop something. You say, oh my goodness. Like, here's a perfect example. At the beginning of Endgame, when Tony Stark is on the ship with Nebula, they play the music at the end for when he died. His funeral music was played in the beginning of the movie. So they do stuff like that. So they're dropping little Easter eggs. They're dropping hints so that we can follow and speculate and talk about it. Because what they want is they want water cooler talk. They want, back in the day when there was offices all the time, they have the water cooler in the middle of the office and you go drink and you waste time talking about, hey, did you see Happy Days last night? Hey, did you see Dynasty? Okay, I'm going. Okay, hey, did you see the Glee last night? Is that okay?
yes.
You're really telling your age, buddy.
Guys, if you're not watching it on YouTube and you listen on the podcast, Jasmine and Kira both made a face like, oh boy, he's talking about something old again. He's talking about the old days again.
Yeah, let's make it relevant.
I honestly remember when bread was a nickel for a loaf of bread.
What, that was the 40s?
Everybody hates you.
I think those are the 20s, Kira. But
Wow. Trolled again by my daughters. So look, we talked about Naomi, we talked about Jade. Let's talk about Bianca Belair, the EST of the WWE, the strongest, the fastest, the
Quickest,
cutest,
the
the
roughest,
quickest,
the
the roughest, the roughest, toughest, the
The
BEST, best.
yes.
Real quick, you know you can't spell WrestleMania without EST, but you cannot also spell WrestleMania without TL, Tony 11. Thank you.
Boom, boom.
No, I tried.
I'm shaking my head no.
She's shaking her head no. And Jasmine is eye rolling. Do you guys realize this? All three of us wear glasses.
I really don't want to put my
Yeah,
glasses
put them on. Let's do this for visual. Guys, if you
I
watch
can't
the
see
YouTube-
without me. I can't see online. So you guys look like squid things to me. I think this is your fault, Dad, that we do wear glasses. This is
You
your
know, it's
eyes.
not my fault. No. Honest to God, I had great eyes until I was punched in the face by another person we would have not mentioned. Anyway,
To wrap it up,
we're not wrapping it up. We got a little more time. How dare you? We got Bianca Belair here. Now let's put that picture back up here. Bianca Belair. Look at these three women. Look at the abs. Bianca Belair. She was a track star in Tennessee, right? She did everything. She came in. She never watched wrestling growing up? She never watched wrestling.
she said her brother did though, so it was like around. It was in the household.
But she didn't know who was who really. She just one day she went to Performance Center and the next is history. She is the
Mark Henry, right?
Mark Henry. Shout out to my boy Mark Henry.
Markster, my twin birthday. I
Yes.
mean, my birthday twin.
Shout out to Mark Henry, who's a good, I guess. Well, I don't know if he's a good friend, but he likes me.
Does he?
He does. I hope so.
Oh.
I respect him very much. But Bianca didn't even like wrestling, grow up with wrestling, and to be one of the biggest superstars in the history of the business goes to show you her athletic prowess, how she's gifted, and you can tell how she's grown. I don't know if you didn't watch her NXT. I did. NXT, she was they bottlenecked her in a stereotype, in my opinion, where she was so, slapping her lips, and it was always very like it was ghetto to me. Now, I don't think she's ghetto at all, and I got no problem with a woman having an attitude, but it was too much like, oh, you don't even go here. And then if you notice, as she evolved, she took over the persona, and now look at her. She's on covers of magazines. She's got her own makeup line. Not to mention Love in WWE with her husband Montez Ford, which is incredible. She got a reality show. Yo, she is worth a lot of money now. And trust me, if you think Bianca Belair is done, what do you think her impact is on both of them?
I think
Even though Naomi's the vet,
she's just naturally gifted. From the way she wrestles, to how she carries herself. I remember I didn't start. I started watching wrestling again when you started your show, because I really wasn't into it. And then when I first saw, I was like, "Who is this girl?" And from Nana, she stole my heart, but I would get emotional. I think she's a powerhouse to me. And what's also crazy is I feel like people seem to put black women in a box, as you were saying. And if this picture doesn't show you, Kira's my sister, but we're completely different. No black woman is the same. Everyone is different. It's different representation of what they are. And I just feel like I'm so happy because people are so mad. So,
but it's okay. It's okay. People get upset, but it's okay to revel in other people's. If they want to hate, good. Let them hate. You know what you do? You laugh at them like you do, and you show them that this is what happens when you try to keep us down. We're gonna come back down much stronger. Because look, I took it personal when they talked about Bianca Belair on Twitter. I did a show that night. About
we were doing it.
Yeah, and I didn't like. Yeah, no, and I didn't like that they disrespected Bianca Belair, and that she should be on the cover of the video game.
You know what's funny, Dad? She did an interview recently. She was working out in the gym in her home gym when that was happening. All the comments about the video game. She said that the WWE and everyone put a shield around her so fast that she never saw any of the bad comments.
Wow.
She never saw it. She just saw
the
outpouring of love.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, though?
It's a good thing because I don't you don't know people's mental state. I feel like, and I feel like that's not talked about enough. And you doing the show, I'm sure you get hate.
Yeah, I'm actually going to tell you a quick story about this in a minute. Something that correlates. Go ahead.
But you don't know, I can be smiling now and I can be going through something, and you don't know what someone's going through. She can be you can be so successful. It doesn't mean that your mental state is correct. You don't know what someone's going through, and I feel like people now don't have grace, and I feel like that's the problem. We was talking about the show before when we was talking about the video game and the backlash. Like, it doesn't hurt me to see Rhea Ripley successful. It doesn't hurt me to see Tiffany Stratton successful. I want to see them successful. They're women. I look up to them. They're beautiful. They're talented. It doesn't hurt me. And I feel like when it comes to racism and all that, like, you're gonna stay mad, as they say. You're gonna stay mad because Triple H said, "Hey, we're gonna pull the trigger on this," and I really commend him for that, because I'm not gonna say the other guy's name that was we're not gonna say that. But I don't think this would happen if it wasn't Triple H pushing this.
Sooner or later, and we know we've made it a point on this channel and this podcast not to talk about Vince, but here's the thing. Vince is part of wrestling. He's part of what we grew up on. And even though what he's accused of, and just a disclaimer, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. But if these allegations prove to be true, you'll be able to see how women were treated in WWE. If this is true, then you could put the pieces together like, wow, this is why the bra and panty matches. This is why these people weren't pushed. I mean, if this is true, full disclaimer, once again, there's no charges filed yet in a court of law, and everyone is innocent until proven guilty. The 10 Lives and Tony Wrestling Show and the 10 Lives and Tag Team Podcast do not pass judgment on anybody. We're just stating what is out there. I want to make that
everything is alleged, guys.
Alleged.
But yeah, I don't think this would have happened if Triple H wasn't like. I think he sees them, especially like Naomi just coming back. I really think that Triple H had a lot to do with that, and I think like these are like his, like, you could tell who his favorites are: Rhea, Bianca, Jade. Like, you could tell like who's like he's like,
DIY.
Yeah, like who he's pushing. So I think that's like,
which is fine.
It's awesome.
People get upset when you have a favorites, but it just happens in life. So let me tell you a quick story about hate, and it correlates with this. I'm gonna make it quick. So I was in Staples the other day picking up the new business cards that Kira designed for WrestleMania, and I wear the title belt, the YouTube title. I wear it everywhere I go. So I walk in to Staples, and I'm on my phone. I was literally looking at pictures of Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. I was scrolling to my phone, and the guy looks over my shoulder. He goes, "Oh, you into that stupid wrestling?" I was like, "Sure am." Now this guy is a muscle-bound freak. He's huge. He must have been 245, 50 pounds with solid muscle, big, solid. And he goes, "That's fake." And I said, "Wow." I said, "Well, it's real to me." "Yeah, why'd you watch that dumb stuff?" I said, "Why do you work out like that?" Why? I said, "Are you on any enhancements? Are you on any, steroids maybe?" I said, "Your body's completely real." And he was like, "Oh, you guys got to always go there." I said, "What do you mean, you guys? What's that mean exactly?" He goes, "Oh, I saw you were looking at you're looking at black girls." I was like, "Yeah, what does that mean exactly?" And it just hit me that I'm a nobody. I'm just a guy in a Staples. And the guy attacked me for having a title belt and looking at pictures of black women. And these are black women who are famous. Can you imagine what they got to go through on a daily basis? The emails, the hate, the walking in the airport and everything. It's disgusting. So real quick, when you get that kind of thing with hate, my initial reaction is always to go crazy and swing. Can't do it anymore because I can't get arrested. But I told the guy, I said, "Man, you have a great day. Maybe you should learn how to read or something. Get the ignorance out of your brain, because it's just so dumb that people want to hate you so much. But those same people that hating you, they really hate themselves. So remember that when someone comes at you. But I'm just so proud. Number one, let me say this to you guys, because Kira wants to wrap it up. But I want to say this for both of y'all. I'm very proud to have both of you on the show. First of all, she's here all the time. But Jasmine, I never get to really tell you things because we don't talk a lot. You're all the way in North Carolina. I'm here. But I want to tell you this. I'm not going to cry, I promise. But I'm very proud of you. We've come a long way. We had a rough relationship. You know what we've been through in the past. And no need to go into it. But you're basically the first daughter I ever really had. I know you have an older sister. It's confusing. But you taught me how to be a dad. I'm a dad, but I'm a good dad because of you, because you were my first little girl where we were really in contact with. I saw your first steps. I put you in the toilet for the first time when you pooped in the toilet for the first time. I know you're an adult, but be quiet. It means a lot to me that now as an adult, I see you. You live with your boyfriend. You live in a very nice home. You keep a very clean house. You are amazing cook. You have we come to your house. You make us feel so welcome. And I want to tell you that a lot of dads don't tell their kids enough how much they love them. But Jasmine, I want to tell you how proud I am. I'm 55 now, 56. I'm getting up there. And I know you lost your grandfather. Don't cry. I know you lost your grandfather a couple years ago, and he meant so much to you. And I just want to tell you that you really make me happy to be a father. Like I should see you more, and that's going to get a little better as my financials get better. But I'm very proud of you, and I'm so honored to be your father. And for you to be able to chime in on this, and for you to get emotional about the girls, Naomi, Jade, and Bianca, it meant a lot to me. That's why I wanted to do the show today. I wanted to do the show today specifically to have you on and let people hear your point of view and get to know who you are. So I just want to tell you thank you for coming on today.
Thanks, Kat. I
Oh.
appreciate it.
I love you a lot. I love you very much. I know people think I love Kira the best, but let's full disclosure. I love all my kids the same. We just have different relationships. What are you gonna say, Jasmine?
For sure. I love you as well. I just think it's growing up, like the first thing seeing like you introduced, like people don't know, like you introduced like a lot of stuff into my life. We did have a rocky relationship, but like wrestling and like you're the reason that I love movies so much. You're like the reason of a lot of stuff that like I would say is like has to do with my personality and stuff. And everyone that sees me, they're like, oh, like, will they see me and mom together? Like, oh, you look your mom. And mom goes, no, she does not. And every time she pulls up a picture, she's like, no, let me show you what she looks like. And she pulls up a picture of you. They're like, oh, you look exactly like your father. And I'm like, yeah, I don't look nothing like my mom.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
I appreciate you. And I am very proud of you for doing the show. Like growing up and seeing you like be in love with wrestling and made me in love with wrestling. I don't think people know this, but like when we were younger, Dad would do these things for like WrestleMania and pay-per-views where like everyone would bet like who's gonna win, and he cheated. He did because he knew who was gonna win. So like you would pick like who's gonna win, and like you would get money if you got all of them correct. And I always lost because I always picked who my favorite were. And like he has been dedicated to this business for like his whole life, and like to see him
finally
still doing it, and you still have ways to go, but like I'm proud of your moment now. I'm proud of Kira. I'm proud of you, like the woman you became, like from going to like biting my nose and like beating me up when you was a baby.
Wait, full disclosure, guys. I didn't beat her up as a baby. So about Kira. People like, you beat her up
as a baby. Very like feisty baby, I would say. All the kids, like she, like how she is now, like she's very, like she's grown up to be a very, like I look up to her. If it sounds like crazy, I know I'm 30, but like she's a beautiful young lady, and I feel like she's so smart and she's so talented. And I will need you for my channel soon, Kira. Thank you.
I think I did enjoy that a lot.
But I'm really proud of both of you, and like I'm just proud that like y'all are having me here, and like just I feel like keep going. You guys are always almost there.
Well, you're part of the show too. I mean, listen, you do the game show stuff with us, and we, your schedule is not like ours, but you're just because Kira's on air all the time, you still send me stuff. You're like a producer in another state. You send me stuff all the time. You tell me what's going on. So people don't know this is a family show. All my kids, well, most of my kids are involved in this, and when the day comes that we do get the call from somebody big and we're making big money, you're part of that too. So don't think that you're just because she's on screen all the time, you're not an integral part of the show, because you are. Because when I do stuff, I do it with everybody in mind, the entire family, even the family I don't get along with of my children. I will. We still will. I still will help
Eventually,
everybody.
we'll get it together.
We'll get it together. They'll get it together because not me this time. But Kira, and you know I was talking about feel about you and everything, so no need to talk about. But look, let's just say this in closing. We're on the road to WrestleMania. We are basically, when you hear this, you'll hear it. You're here on. We taped this on Saturday, what's today's date? The 30th.
Yep.
And you'll probably hear it either the Saturday the 30th or Sunday the 31st. But whatever you're doing, man, when I say hug your family members because you're not promised tomorrow, do that because your time is limited on this earth. But I just want to say this in closing. I'm very excited about WrestleMania. This match last night even got me more excited. I hope this match delivers. I hope the Kabuki Warriors and Dakota Kai show out and push these women to the limit. I hope Jade Cargill gets the push she needs. I know Naomi and Jade are going to make sure, Naomi and Bianca are going to make sure Jade flourishes. And it's so proud as a man, as a black man with daughters, with black daughters, to see these three black women representing where you guys can look at them and no matter what age you are, whether you're 6, 16, 60, look up to them and aspire to be better. Any closing remarks about these three women, Kira?
No. Yeah, I'm very.
No, yeah, bad.
I'm just very excited for the match. I feel like hate on these, not only on these three black women,
Steven
but
says it.
also,
Rise above hate.
but also on the three Asian. I don't know what they're Asian, but they're all minorities, and they all are
Asian, and of course, Samoan with Dakota Kai.
But yeah, hate is inevitable, and I'm gonna post this on my story. So Jade, Bianca, Naomi, Dakota, Io, and Asuka
and
not Io,
Kyrie
and Asuka. If you see this, rise above the hate.
Rise, like Sheena says, rise above hate.
Because this is this is a very iconic match. It's going to be very hard to duplicate the impact that this match is going to have for many, many years to come. This match is going to be like, this is a history maker.
This is the match. This is one of the marquee matches because of these three black women and because of the Asian persuasion as well.
These three women, and I'm going back to Jade, Naomi, and Bianca, but these three women put together make the perfect wrestler. They have the look, the strength, they have the mic skills, they have the wrestling skills. Like everything about these three women put together is just the perfect team, the perfect person.
Perfect combination.
So I want to say I'm excited for this match. I can't wait. I don't even care who wins. Like this entire show, we weren't even talking about who would win this match. It's just the match alone is just enough to get us excited about it. So, yeah, very stoked and proud.
Jade is not losing her first WrestleMania, so that's easy enough to say. Jasmine, your final word.
My final words is, it sounds girly, but I can't wait to see what they're gonna wear.
Honestly, yeah.
What are they gonna wear?
Hopefully they coordinate.
Yeah, I hope their fits are good.
Dad,
can't say fits.
Don't chime in.
Don't chime in.
Dad, never say that again. So yeah,
sorry.
I'm excited. This is such an important match. The whole WrestleMania, I feel, from watching this as a kid, like this WrestleMania is like, it's gonna be crazy. The Rock, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, like this, it's gonna be nuts. This, I pray and hope, and I'm gonna say a prayer for them that no one gets hurt. I really hope no one gets hurt this WrestleMania. I want all the matches to be executed like perfectly.
We want no Shane McMahon incidents.
Oh
Lord. I can't wait to see this match. I can't wait to see WrestleMania. Period. I texted Dad a couple of days ago. I didn't know it was going to be 6 hours each night.
Yeah.
What?
What?
They're starting at 6.
6 or 7?
No, they're starting at 6.
They're starting at 6. The actual show starts at 7, but 6 o'clock.
No, the pre-show starts at 5.
What?
What's happening?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to cook and get snacks and stuff because I don't know. This is gonna be crazy. I don't have no words. I'm very giddy, very happy. to see everyone on Twitter and Instagram back in this match. I really appreciate the good is outweighing the bad. If you're mad now, just imagine how mad you're going to be in WrestleMania. Yeah, I remember that. They're not losing this match, and that's from me, and I'm from the Lollipop Guild.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening and watching. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the Tantalizing Tony Wrestling Show. And if you're listening to this on podcast form, it's called the Tantalizing Tag Team. We're on Apple Podcasts. Give a 5-star review. We're on Spotify. We're everywhere. Wherever podcasts are, we're there. I want to once again thank my daughters, the lovely Jasmine, the lovely Kira, for being part of this iconic show. You know what, guys? Let's do this for the visual. Let's all point to the WrestleMania sign. There we go, right there.
Whoa.
There it is. We're all pointing to. There it is. There it is. We're all pointing to the WrestleMania sign right there, like the ladies there. Guys, thanks for watching and listening. I'm Tantalizing Tony, your host. You guys know the spiel. Hug your family members because you're not promised tomorrow.
No.
Pray, because if you don't pray, you won't make it today. And as always,
wait.
Oh.
And if you're not a part of this channel, you're not a part of the nation of Tantalization, what are you doing with your life? You're a loser.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Get to
it.
Be a member of the nation of Tantalization. This is when Kira does, she mocks me when I do my spiel. Guys, if you're not part of this show, of this podcast, you are missing out. We are the best up-and-coming tag team podcast and YouTube channel in the history of this business. What are you doing with your life? I'm Tantalizing Tony. That's producer Kira. That's Jasmine, my daughter. As always, for all of them, do I do best, and that's stay tantalizing.